Well, I'm going to go by my own advice and live and let live. I'm just going to leave the wannabe patriots and the liberals alone. Just leave them be and all that kind of stuff. Because here lately, I've been getting the short end of the stick. I won't say everybody, but some people, even the liberals and the wannabe patriots, want to get on my case because I prefer to open carry. And then they try to silence me because whatever I say, it doesn't fit their narrative. It doesn't fit their agendas. And they falsely accuse me of, oh, well, you're just dividing people. I mean, who are it's the wannabe patriots and the liberals who go around who make fun of each other, make all sorts of generalizations against each other, and underestimate each other. I mean, if anything, it's the right and the left who should be equally blamed for creating the division in this country. Simple. And sooner or later, some of you patriots and some of you liberals, in due time, you're going to say, Red Reaper, you were right. You were absolutely right, Red Reaper. Some of you might say that in due time, sooner or later. But just remember, you have people, you want to be patriots, you have people amongst you running your damn mouths, saying, oh, going to be civil war, but you don't have the cojones to fulfill that promise, the promise of civil war. You know, like I said, a American is right. If a civil war does start, then you have to worry about martial law. Also, remember this. I've actually said it before. You have state and local cops, your buddies, your beloved cops, even the feds, who's a part of the Thin Blue Line gang. Then you got FUDs and patriots infiltrating militias and pro-2A rallies, pro-freedom, pro-rights rallies, and all that kind of stuff. They're infiltrating those rallies, those protests, all that, even the militias, looking to throw people like you underneath the bus. And people say, why don't you go to these rallies? I went to pro-2A rallies before. Last one I attended was December 2019. Then I quickly realized that pro-2A rallies does nothing. I've said that the courts is where our rights have been compromised the most. I mean, look what they just did. They ruled against Biden's vaccine mandates for businesses, but they voted for Biden's vaccine mandates for healthcare workers. That's what I've been saying all along. The courts is where our rights have been compromised the most, and not to mention the Heller versus District of Columbia case back in 2008. They ruled that we as individuals, we have the right to own firearms, individual rights to own firearms. But one of the judges said, rights are not unlimited. I firmly believe that rights are unlimited. When a judge says, he's dead now, when a judge says that rights are not unlimited, that tells me that person doesn't know what he or she is talking about, and two, he or she doesn't believe in unalienable rights. And of course, you got all these patriots who do this battle cry for freedom and all that kind of stuff. They talk about freedoms, they talk about rights, but really they know nothing about rights, about freedoms and all that. They know nothing about that. Freedom is an illusion. Simple as that. You're being taxed big time. Yet you complain about those taxes being taken out of your freaking paychecks. While all the while you're more concerned about your next paychecks. You complain about that tax money going to SSI, disability benefits and all that. Tell you what, how about you stay in your own lane, learn your place? Yeah. And you know something? It's completely fine that you disagree with me or you agree with me, but when you go around and say, oh, that Red Reaper guy, he does nothing but create division, he's dividing others and all that, and you say I'm a loudmouth SOB, I run my mouth and all that kind of stuff, I'm sorry, but who's the same people? You're the same people who complain about these mask mandates and vaccine mandates, but you say nothing about the other vaccines that you were required to get. See, we have double standards here. And not to mention the subject of protecting yourself, defending yourself against a bad police officer. Apparently, that subject is taboo for some reason. Look what happened to Botham Jean. He would have, if he had a gun, he would have had every right to defend himself against Amber Geiger. But no, you're all submissive. You're pretty much submissive, and all this time, man, you even ask the government permission to conceal carry. You ask the government permission to be armed. You just signed those 4473 forms, and you think that the feds and your beloved cops that you swear up and down, left and right, that you support will not obtain those 4473 forms at your local mom, pa, gun shops and all that, gun retail stores. You think they're not going to obtain those 4473 forms? You're out of your dang minds. Who do you think is going to go after? Who do you think they're going to go after first? The gun owners. And how will they know that you're a gun owner? Well, they're going to go to your local mom and pa's gun shops, obtain those 4473 forms, ask the feds, even the National Guard, for some help because they're afraid that you might do something that will turn violent. I'm pretty sure there are red flag order raids going on that we know nothing about. And I'm surprised not one red flag order raid has turned into another Waco. Y'all talk about Waco. Y'all talk about Ruby Ridge, but really, you say nothing about what happened to Gary Willis, what happened to Chelsea Kirk, what happened to Sean Rowe, what happened to Duncan Lemp. You say nothing about those people because really, you threw them underneath the bus like you threw me underneath the bus. That's right. You threw me underneath the bus. Because I prefer to open carry. This is what it comes down to. It's about this. Because you, so-called quote-unquote patriots, self-proclaimed freedom fighters, you threw me underneath the bus because I prefer to open carry. You want to sit there and say, you want to talk all sorts of shit that once again, you probably can't even back up. Oh, well, you're stupid if you open carry. What do you think you're doing there? You're dividing the gun owner community, the 2A community. And what do you think the public's going to think about you when one of your own, one of you patriots, threatens civil war? Huh? They're going to look at you and say, you're a bunch of freaking idiots. Of course, they did that with you on January 6th, and that leads me to my next point. A lot of you are running scared. It seems like you're scared to go out there and protest and all that, even though protesting doesn't work. But it seems like a lot of you are running scared because of what happened on January 6th. You're scared, just like you're scared to become violent, to start a civil war. Yeah, you ain't going to do anything. Simple as that.